Welcome! I'm Bev Adams, and I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin Up, and it is April right now, but I thought I'd make a Christmas card just so you know that you can make Christmas cards with my basic materials, my basic products from my Getting Started Challenge. Now, if you haven't heard about my Getting Started Challenge, I'd like you to go over to my website at bevadams.com, and there's a video that tells you about my plan to make as many cards as I can with minimal stamping supplies. For this card, all we need is a half sheet of Whisper White cardstock. This is 8.5 by 5.5, and you're going to need a scrap of old olive. You're going to need an envelope. You're going to need a piece of real red cardstock that's 4 1/4 by 1.5, and you're going to need a piece of, I don't know, about 3.5 inches of our organza ribbon. Now, don't worry about keeping track of all these measurements, because if you go over to bevadams.com, you can find this card on my Getting Started samples, and you can click on the free downloadable supply list that has all the measurements, and it also has step-by-step directions. Now, this card is so quick and easy that even if you started in December, you could, at the beginning of December, you could still get your Christmas cards done on time to send out, because this is really, really quick. You're going to score your card at 4 1/4, and that will help it fit in our medium-sized envelopes. And if you don't have a trimmer, you can score with, just put it on a magazine or a catalog and get yourself a straight line with maybe a washer or something. I've got some more details over on my website. And you're going to need old olive, and of course my 2 stamp sets, Everything Eleanor and Sweet Essentials. So we're going to take the round image from Everything Eleanor. I've got a piece of lint in there. And you're going to stamp kind of in the upper left-hand corner, not all the way up to the top. And then you're going to use this same stamp on your envelope, just on the edge of your envelope. Make sure you've got it, the top of the envelope, the right direction. And I'm just stamping the edge, because I don't want the lines from the stamp on my card, on my envelope. So just the edge of it there. We're also going to stamp Christmas Cheer in the bottom right corner. And don't worry about getting your lines straight, because we're going to be covering that up with our strip of cardstock. And there's one other thing that I didn't mention that you're going to need is your decorative label punch. So we're just going to punch out a scrap of old olive with that punch. And we're going to fold that in half. Now, this would be better scored. You'll get a better fold, but I'm winging it right now. We just need to fold it at those points. And also you're going to need a candy dot, and these candy dots come in all of our basic colors. And so I'm using a real red candy dot there. I'm going to take my snips and I'm going to cut. Now, if you are worried about cutting evenly, you can cut up the middle and from the corner to the end of that cut, and from the other corner to the end of that cut, and you'll have a better chance of getting a nice even flag end on there. And then we're going to decorate the ribbon with a little old olive. You will need a ruler and a marker. I'm using the old olive marker, and I'm using the brush end of our marker and just drawing along the edge. I don't know if you saw that the organza ribbon has a solid part and then kind of a sheer edge to it. So I'm just going to line up my ruler near that sheer edge and draw a line along that sheer edge. Really quick. Do allow this to dry. Sometimes this isn't a lot of ink and it's not as much of a problem, but sometimes if I use a lot of ink on the ribbon, I get ink on my card, and we don't want to do that. Now I do have one that I already drew the line on. I love that method because, as you can see, the line goes both sides of the ribbon, and although we're only seeing one side of it for this card, it's really a nice way of getting a lot of different colors of ribbon with just your white organza. We're just going to fold this over right like so. We're going to trim the ribbon to kind of match. I want a little, you could trim it exactly even with your cardstock. I want a little bit of cardstock to show on there. And then we're just going to put it on the front of our card. And we are, oops, I need to get it at the top. A little bit uneven, but it's done. Got our envelope and our card, and we are ready for Christmas. Do you see how you could get all your card list taken care of really quickly with that card? Love it. If you want to see the directions, get those that list, see the video on my Getting Started challenge, come on over to bevadams.com. Thank you for stopping by. See you soon. Bye.